Painting go 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 go. Paintingu. Go 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 go. Paintingu. Yes. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough of you, you little shit. Woo! Back in your corner, fiend. For he is a fiend. A fiend for the tips he is. It matters not. For all the tips that enter the bowl, they belong to me. Welcome to Paintingu. I hope you're all well. 7 days until Christmas. Are you all prepared? Are you all ready to bask in the glow of Christly light? Or if you're a pagan, the lights of the tree? We have 2 trees here in the land of painting. In the Paintingu hut, we have 2 trees. Dos treos. We have a small one in our bedroom beside the telly. It's cute. So it's not really a tree, is it? I mean, despite the fact that it's fake. Even though it's fake, it's a fake representation of a tiny tree. It's not even a real tree. The other one we have is also a fake. It's not that large. It's barely taller than me. You know? I'm Irish, I can't be that big. At least on average. Anyway, let's not start ranting just yet. Welcome to Paintingu, Brother Griffu, Brother Two Acre Indie Beru, Brother Demon Hunteru from Nashville. Well, are you and your female enjoying your time in Nashville? I hope you are. I hope you're well. Jasonu, Griffu Beru, Two Acre Indie Beru, Demon Hunter Beru. Who else? I saw other names in the chat too. Where do I see? Upstate Mama Beru! Welcome to Paintingu. How are we all this Monday? This dark, dreary, at least here anyway. It's much warmer. Much warmer. Which is nice. Which is nice. A break from sub-zero temperatures is always nice. However, the lack of vitamin D has taken its toll on my mood of late. I have been inundated with demonic whispers that I have had to viciously beat off. And I don't mean in that kind of way. Not in a sexual way. Viciously beat off in a violent way. And not a violently sexual way either. Woo! Fourth Reich. Hero. Apparently, 2 Acre in Deberu's hot sauce is fucking great. Great hot sauce, brother. It has been used on chili so far, soon to be on veggies. Hot sauce on vegetables. Hot vegetable. Interesting. If he's late, I'm a snap. What the fuck? That's hilarious. Bears seem to like it. So only bears like your hot sauce, not just like just humans, just human beings, random human beings. One could say the same thing about this stream. Bears seem to love this stream. It's like we have, as a community, we have our own tastes as a result of our relatable uh our relatable tastes as a unit. Like I think that's hilarious. Like, do you know what I mean? The way we've all like not all obviously like, but most of us have like mentally checked out of Babylon and now are like just locked into like, oh yeah, this is how it's done, and it's like Owen has recently come across this problem as well, where like you listen to like any other stream and you're like, what is this shit? Like, I recently went back to try and watch. I went back and started from season one of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it's still very funny. For the first like easily like 10 seasons, like do you know what I mean? It's still very funny, but going back and watching stuff now, even stuff I thoroughly enjoyed, like It's Always Sunny. I used to just stick that on and fall asleep to it, like, and I just noticed a lot of things like phrasing, the structures of jokes, where they're coming from, the context of things and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, like it's hard to watch sometimes where like people that like I know I'm not the only one over the last like say like easily like 7 years, like definitely 7 years. There's been all these like celebrities who are and like artists or like people who do a craft to like an expert or professional or even master level, who produce entertainment or whatever have you, like and you consume their product or you consume a product they're involved in, like, and you really like it, and like you've liked it for years or something like that, like, and then all of this woke horde bollocks goes down, and so many of them take the ticket and sell out because they're like, oh well, I don't want to be, like it's not like all of them sell out because they're like, you know, money hungry fucking mongrels or some shit. Like, do you know what I mean? I can imagine there's all sorts of reasons why people sell out. Like, there could even be like very well be moral reasons why people sell out on both sides of the plate. You could like sell out because you're immoral, but then you could sell out because you think it's the right thing to do at the time based on the context of your situation. And I can imagine that is why a lot of them end up regretting it. And then subsequently, like, their careers go down the fucking tubes or whatever, and they lose all the fucking money and shit, end up in a load of debt. If you want to watch, like, something, not that you want to watch, but, like, I recently watched, like, I frequently watch this guy on YouTube called Asmongold. He's a gamer streamer, like, and he's, like, an absolute degenerate in so many ways, but he's hilarious. He's fucking hilarious, like, and a lot of what he says is very true, like, because he just says it, like, and he's a very polarizing character in a lot of ways because like there's a lot of people who just take one look at him like, oh my god, clean your room, you fucking like absolute sloth, have a shower, he's like he looks like something you would see on an American reality TV show of like hoarders or some shit, like, but he's hilarious. And there's some clips of his streams that are just like, they just make me laugh out loud, like, and when someone like him is criticizing Clown World. And when someone like him watches the storyline of another streamer called Boogie, who was this obese, you know, uh, highly successful streamer for years, and like he spent like tens of thousands of dollars on prostitutes and all this stuff, like, and Once he got money, he was like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter that I'm like horrifically obese and a basement lord nerd anymore. I've got money, so like I can like sleep with models and shit, like, And that's the world we live in now, is where like when you realize one section of the realm has fallen to inversion and corruption. And then you start following the trail to the different nodes all around the realm. And you realize that every corner of the realm has been like corrupted and has fallen to like this ideology and to the fear of this ideology and shit. You, I do anyway. I can imagine you do. Many of you do too. You begin to appreciate so much communities like the bear community, communities like Tom Barnett's community, um, Christopher Gardner's community with his Bio Charisma podcast, Chance Garden and the that is his second name, and I don't know, Chance something from the Vibrant podcasts and stuff, Pat Life. There's loads of them. There's so many of them. That's like I see these people succumbing to despair, and I succumb to despair. I have done it. I've done it recently, but I am always, at least now, for the past give or take 5 years, I am ashamed of succumbing to despair. It brings me great shame. I feel like I am dishonoring myself and my ancestors when I am not grateful for simply being alive, for simply inhaling the divine nature of this realm. Once again, despite it being a Monday, despite the weather being gloomy, despite it being cold, despite my toes being slightly numb while I sit here on the stool, despite my back and neck and shoulders aching, despite my financial destitution of my current financial destitution, despite everything, I am grateful. I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful that I can provide respite for my own soul and your souls here on PEINTEINGU, as I create for you a glorious thing to behold. Because let's face it, one cannot easily describe what happens on painting. It will be very, very apparent in the next few minutes. Anyway, rant over. Who's in the chat and what are they saying? I am here, Defender Bear. You are here, Upstate Mama Bear, and I'm probably reading that 15, 20 minutes later. We did family Christmas on Saturday. I'll be ice fishing on Christmas Day. Ooh, ice fishing. You like straight up like have to drill a hole and do all that shit? I've always been interested in doing that stuff. At least once. Because I'm not the type of fool to like not think that something like that could like end up being very stressful, you know? Denmark Beru, welcome to PEINTEINGU. I hope you are well. If there's not at least one hard N every 15 minutes it's unwatchable. I know it's like I've gotten to this stage where, like I said, like even going back and watching stuff I used to really enjoy is now marred by what I know. They say ignorance is bliss, you know? Well, what you don't know cannot hurt you. But then they'll also say that knowledge is power. So if you do know, you have power. But if you don't know, nothing can hurt you, or you won't feel any pain. So what does one do? Is that a moral decision? To choose pain? To sacrifice pleasure in the pursuit of knowing rather than feeling? These are the things I ponder. To be genuine and real, one must face harsh truths about oneself and one's environment. This can be difficult. However, it is incredibly rewarding. Knowledge and subsequently awareness of one's power as a result of knowledge brings confidence. Confidence allows one to engage in actions such as faith. I have faith, for I am confident, despite the many obstacles before myself or you there watching on a phone, on a telly, listening on a radio. Because believe it or not, there are audio files of a painting stream. There are audio files of this stream. That still makes me laugh. What are you listening to? Oh, some ginger guy paint. He's like dressed up in a kimono and wearing a headband, and fucking talking to a paper tiger in the corner. How do you know what he's wearing? He regularly describes it. That he's sitting on a stool, waving a fan, LARPing as a Japanese samurai. Or even former demigod. Current demigod? Who knows? Merry Christmas, Denmark Beru is already following the lingo. I love it. Yes, ice fishing is the best thing ever. I don't believe that, but I admire your enthusiasm. I highly doubt that ice fishing is the best thing ever. Like, strawberry jam. It's probably better than ice fishing. Enjoying some strawberry jam on a sandwich could easily be argued to be a more pleasant experience than ice fishing for some. I'm not saying that ice fishing isn't good, or even great, or even wunderbar. But the best thing ever? No wonder it took you so long to get me markers. Your discernment is very poor, Tuaker Indiberu. To ice fish and to act like a pure corky motherfucker. The best thing ever! Fishing in ice! Sorry, now I'm just shitting all over you. Sip, sip. More like duty. It is a duty. One could easily describe it as a duty. We each have a duty to be grateful. A duty to resist succumbing to the voices of demons. Doesn't mean you can't listen, Some of them say some fucking interesting shit. Like I've often thought about this thing where it's like, fucking, is it your ideas? Are they in quotes your ideas? Are these your thoughts? Are they all your thoughts? How many of the thoughts that enter your mind are like downloaded through the receiver that is your mind? Oh, the first burpoo of PEINTEINGU. One of many, no doubt. There we go. That was satisfying. You know what else is satisfying? A nice amount of chi building. So let us do that. Let us build our chi in preparation for today's PEINTEINGU. We all know it is important to gather your chi. You never want to do anything half-cocked. Good God. Who would be so reckless as to do things half-cocked? I do things full-cocked. I do things with the fullness of cock. Here on PEINTEINGU, we do things full cock. Where's my drums? Where's my drums? Boom! Ice fishing is a thing up here. I've never been, though would like to. Yeah, I'd say it's fun. I can imagine it's like, like it's a cool experience. Pun not intended. I can imagine ice fishing is a cool experience. It's the best. Even if you don't catch great time, I go alone a lot, relaxing. It's relaxing. You sound like a psychopath. I can relate. I do spend a lot of time on my own doing things that other people would probably find like, tedious or boring or, unpleasant even. Like I can imagine there's a load of people, probably a lot of black people, who would be like, "You want me to sit here and fish in the ice?" Like that scene out of fucking like, what was it, Cool Runnings? On the ice? You want to get a sled on the ice? On ice? I want to watch Cool Runnings again. The fucking movie's hilarious. She's beautiful. Anyway, let's build some chi. Roll the music to permeate your soul. To move the fluid within your being. As the little Chinaman said, be like water, my friend. Oh. Water is a very important part of PEINTEINGU. Chi building, fan waving, squirting, all important parts of PEINTEINGU. Dong ringing, because it's not a gong. It's too small to be a gong. It's a dong. And this is PEINTEINGU. Oh. PEINTEINGU. 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 It's PEINTEINGU. PEINTEINGU. Painting you. Painting me. It's PEINTEINGU. Painting you. Painting me. It's PEINTEINGU. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Oh. Feel the chi throwing. If you haven't already, hit the like button. You don't want me to get Gardos. Link in description to support PEINTEINGU. If you would like to purchase my merchandise, link is also in description. It is important to build much chi. For PEINTEINGU requires all of one's attention. The glory of PEINTEINGU must be witnessed with the most open of apertures. Carlos has something to say. Do not insult the tiger. Like and subscribe. Thumbs up. Support PEINTEINGU. For if you do not, you insult yourself and your ancestors. And I will remove the bucket from the tiger. And you will regret it. We return to Liberia. We have a rabbit, a bunny rabbit, a knife, and a flower to paint. A great and powerful conflict between flora and fauna. No! Ah! Right. Let us paint. It's time to dance with the demons. And commence today's PEINTEINGU. Much chi flows through my veins. What's this? What is You wish to peddle your filth on my stream. I will not allow this. I hate all of you people. Peddling your filth on PEINTEINGU is an absolute disgrace. You people make me sick. To Acre, I thought your favorite part was the fucking 80s retro funk music. The warm up, my favorite part. If you buy the Get Ducked hoodie, size up. Is your one too small, is it? Paint! I have my royal rag. Paint. Let's get these bitches wet. Paint. Brush. Wet bitch. Beat bitch. Clean bitch. Right. Squirt. I must fix my bandana. Toes up, people. Right. I am gonna paint the bunny. We'll put the details in the background at a later stage. Oh. I must expel my demonic energy. I'm going to make a nice bunny grey colour for the bunny. Do you know what? I'm going to paint the flower first. Because I had a thought about this before stream. And I was picturing a bunny rabbit and a flower having a fight with knives. I did giggle to myself while picturing that. On today's Paintingu, a conflict between a bunny rabbit and a flower. Oh. Was I telling you that somebody commented on one of my things? How is this not racist? I think I mentioned it on the last stream. This shit still makes me laugh. Like fucking like 30 views on average on my fucking thing or some shit, like, and it's basically like just all bears, like, you know, and like my mate Damo or something. And like the first randomer to like watch and comment something in like months is clearly a bot account, and it's like calling me a racist. Paint. Ah, burnt sienna. Ah, delicious. Paint. What kind of flower is the bunny fighting? Sunflower? Fucking, like, lily? A fucking stalk of lavender or something? I don't fucking know. Paint. A daisy? A dandelion? A doohickey? A rose? A rose would be pretty funny. I don't do many roses though. I don't know if I could. I probably could make a decent looking rose. Don't know though. Skirt. Right. So I'm gonna put the flower here. And then we will construct the bunny rabbit. They will be engaging in an intense conflict using knives. This is why I say this stream is not for children. Ah, we have a super chatu. Super commentu. Digital money. Ben Shapiro's yarmulke. Sup nig noggin. Supper Jew niggeroo. And then Angry Duck. What's up, Quackery? It's like, for a second, it's like Quaker. What's up, Quaker? Like, fuck. I look like a Quaker to you. It's been too long since I designed a hoodie. I'll need to do another one. I'm working on a new symmetrical at the moment, so I'm probably going to put that on a... I need to get in touch with fucking, like, Bud Bear or Printer Bear or one of them, because, like, all my stuff is on Spring, and, like, you know, I get, like, fuck all out of it, and then it's all, they're fairly expensive, some of them, especially the hoodies. And, like, I'd just much rather be working with, like, a bear or something, like, you know, but it's, like, it's also quite difficult at the same time, because I remember, I think I briefly spoke to, like, Printer Bear or Port Bear, one of them, like, and, like, I think he only does t-shirts or something, which I suppose it'd be fine to start with, but, like, because I already have merch out there, I want to be able to, like, transfer it over instead of, like, getting rid of loads of products and then, like, trying to, like, repost them or some shit, like, you know, or put them up for sale again or something. I don't know. Like, if you imagine my paintings that are still for sale on fucking Facebook Marketplace, or did I take them down? I think I might have taken them down. I've been lazy and allowed myself to be distracted. It has taken me too long to do certain projects. That's why I didn't do PEINTEINGU last Thursday and Friday. And I still didn't catch up on stuff I wanted to catch up on. So many things that I'm trying to create. Sometimes it's difficult to focus on one thing long enough for it to actually be finished. A lot of the times I have like 6 things going at the same fucking time. Right. I think we're going to go with a sunflower, because then it can put a funny looking face on it. Flowers are incredibly enjoyable to paint. The colours, the flow, like the flow of the form. I am getting notifications on my laptop. It is distracting. Right, now, I remember when I thought it in my head, in my mind, the way the rabbit and the flower are struggling. I need to like, yeah, what do you want, like here maybe, and then put the head like there. Okay. A little bit of black, not too much. Too much black's never a good thing. I want to ruin your colors. Oh, it's a beautiful shade of dark brown. Okay. How dare you! You interrupt PEINTEINGU to peddle your filth! The nerve! Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Paint pot! Brown pot! Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Iron Man Baru, welcome to PEINTEINGU. You honor us with your presence, Iron Man Baru. Oakrand in the house. Gonna dry brush this bit to get the effect. You know, the layers in a sunflower in the middle. I've always loved sunflowers. They're awesome looking. Where's my yarrow? A rick a bit of yarrow. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Goo goo. Paint. Ah. It has a beginning to take shape. We are need a top nuts. Griff, if you grow a hair, if you grow a hair, Griff, if you grow a single hair on your bald head, I will be impressed. No, I was gonna say it'd be so funny if you grew a head of hair and fucking got a top knot. Imagine people are you there driving along in the truck and all, people just like look in the cab, and you're just beard, top knot, fucking your dog's just leaning out the window looking at. Oh, dude, if you could put a top knot on the dog as well, like, it'd be so fucking funny. Legs are sore from run yesterday, but well worth it. Ew. I am quite sore. I am quite sore. In most places. Peg. Right. We have the basic structure of the flower. Now I think I should begin to incorporate the small marsupial, otherwise known as rabbit or bunny. We are painted a rickle bunny rabbit. I want a nice shade of grey. Nice shade of grey. It'll stand out. There's already a lot of brown on the page. Now, I tend to forget that these paints dry almost like, not a full shade, but they dry darker than they are when they're applied, you know? So especially when you're talking, like, you want to make a grey, you might look at the grey you're making and be like, oh yeah, like that's... I experienced it basically like on the other PEINTEINGU when I was doing the whale. The two different shades of grey on the whale are like way too contrasting. It looks off as fuck, like, you know. Now obviously I'm not really concerned with the finer points of the skill of painting while I'm performing the painting goo. It is not how good the painting goo looks. It is what is contained within the painting goo that is important. It's the soul of the painting goo. Right. There's one arm. That arm is going to contain a knife. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Not paint. Bunny. Oh, we painted a bunny rabbit. Paint, paint. Right, that should work. Now we add layers and detail. A strong base is fundamental. Whether you are painting goo or practicing your mabu. If you haven't been practicing your mabu, shame. Painting goo 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 goo. Knife like here. Now, I was going to give the flower a knife as well. And just have the two of them knife fighting. So, I'm going to go back to the flower for a sec. And try and position one of those, like, vine thingies. Oh, God. Oh, that was a smelly demon. So I have this vine comes around here. And goes over and around the bunny's arm that has the knife. Then we have another one in the background you can't see right now, so we could flow that through and go around the ear, and I could put a knife either here or I might put a knife down here. Yeah, I'm gonna put another knife here. Actually, if I want the knife going that way, then I need to like do that. Okay. It's very important it looks as realistic as possible. For a moment, I am going to switch bitches. Different bitch. It's sort of whore. Fucking Griff's comments are the best. It's so funny. Sort of whore. Like, now that I know where everything is roughly, I'm gonna be able to like slap in the details. But even right now, it's like, it's pretty hilarious. Look, like, this rabbit really needs to fucking like work for its. Like, oh, you think you could just chew on me, cuh? Like, come on, me motherfucker. I would love to see this animated, like where the flower and the rabbit are like, from the ghetto, and they're having a knife fight over a wallet they found on the beach or something like that. Man, I miss like back when Adult Swim was funny and shit. Like, remember Robot Chicken? Any of you ever fucking watched Robot Chicken? They did Robot Chicken did a parody, a fucking stop motion parody of a like 4 or 5 minute long fight scene in a martial arts movie called Ong Bak, and it was one of the funniest and one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. Like, for someone to create a stop motion thing of a robot chicken kicking the shit out of a load of other random like characters and creatures and stuff, like as a homage to a real life action movie, like, oh man, so fucking funny. Right. I think I'm gonna put like a few prison tattoos on the rabbit or something like. Painting. Google. Painting. Google. Painting. Google. Painting. Google. It's starting to take shape, is it not? Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Be a lot of painting over stuff on this one. Kelly Biu, welcome to Paintingu. Hey, my friend, who's your friend? Am I your friend? I don't. Who's Kelly? Welcome, Kelly, to Paintingu. Do you have a friend in the chat, or are you just a randomer? Oh. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Hey. Pretty butchery. I actually really enjoy just like constantly painting and layering and stuff like. Slay 88 Spider Webu and a teardrop fruit or fruit spelled with two O's. Oh fucking hell! Right, brighten up this yellow. Painting goo. Yeah. Hello, welcome to Paintingu. How are you? Not a lot of bears with honor today. They bring great shame on their families and future offspring and their ancestors. You cannot forget the ancestors. It's not just current and future, you know. Themselves, their aunts, all the dead ones, all the not yet to be ones, all of it. Everything. Shame. Shame on the lot of it. How are you, Bandadu? Are you well? I hope you are well. Oh, God. Oh, God. Like, part of me wants to do a cartoon outline on the rabbit. Maybe the plant, but we'll see. We'll see if it needs it. We shall see. Like, I might want to do it to make a more of a definite separation around his leg area. But we might not need it. How much is that showing up? Might have to go a tone darker. How was your weekend? Was much rest acquired? Not really, no. Not a lot of rest. I managed to get some work done on projects that I've been sitting there a while. But no, not a lot of rest. No rest for Defenderoo. Not yet. All those millennia as a god. Now I have to make up for it. Now I'm mortal / demigod. I don't get rest. I must paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. It needs his bushy tail. Painting. Goo goo. He looks quite fierce. I have a contaminated grey with some green. Fuck! I have a fucked the painting. Remove that. Right, start again. What color was it? Ah, yes, grey. Grey, 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 grey. A big dollop of green in the grey that I was trying to mix there. A novice mistake. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Two kitchen knives. It's a giant rabbit and a giant sunflower trying to murder each other with kitchen knives. Welcome to painting. In Liberia, like. Oh fuck. Background's gonna take me a while to fill in. I might actually, in phase 2 of today's painting goo, which is not too far away, I might actually switch over to doing some of the background again. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Slowly but surely, the painting goo will form before your very eyes. Paint, paint. Ah, Richard Fordu, welcome. Maxed out Barrow, welcome. We are in Liberia, and a glorious conflict is taking place between a bunny rabbit and a sunflower, otherwise known as giant mutated kaiju having a scrap. Painting goo 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 goo. Yeah. Eyes are so important when you're constructing a character. The eyes can really bring the whole thing into focus. If you've ever done any drawings before, even very basic ones, the second you give something the eyes, you give it a soul. You give it expression. Now you can give it expression without eyes. This is true. However, when you grant something eyes, there's a certain level of expression that can only be expressed through the eyes. They say the eyes are the window to someone's soul. I agree with this. The look in someone's eye can betray them. It can betray their innermost thoughts. Be careful what you stare at. Things have a tendency to look back at you. You see my Instagram feed, it's all just art now. Every time I go on Instagram, all I see is funny stuff and art. It's great. I think people, especially now, will just have to learn how to tailor their online experience to a greater degree. You know, you're just gonna have to make. Clown World is forcing us to take full responsibility for every thought and action and behavior and habit and so on and so forth, which is a good thing. You know, it's a good thing that we're all being essentially forced. It's all right, well, sink or swim, you know, and it's good for you. fucking traumatizing for some people, stressful for most of us, fucking, so on and so forth. Uh, some people can break when they are shown the truth. I've never broken when I've been shown the truth. But I have succumbed to despair temporarily. And then despair becomes anger and a desire for revenge. But we live in a time where you can't just like, you there, you have wronged me, and just like, you, me, over there now, swords. Like, you can't do that anymore, so you have to do it within. You have to, despite your external stimulus, you must learn to discipline yourself to such a level that even the insane hypocrisies and contradictions of the realm that we interact with now, like, even though they're that insane, what we should be doing right now is just having a laugh and keeping the faith and just like hold fast to the things that you love and are passionate about, Don't concern yourself with what if and, I mean what if in a negative sense. Don't concern yourself with what if this happens and what happens if this happens and so on and so forth. Like, has it happened? No. Forget it. Every day, wake up, be grateful that you're alive, and tackle the day as best you can. This is all you can do. Because beyond that, life is just going to smack the shit out of your plans regularly. And you just have to be able to get through it, We live in a time where people are being forced to adhere to truth or accept lies and insanity. And we adhere to truth. We are honourable here on PEINTEINGU, in the greater bear community. We strive to uphold a standard of honour and productive behaviour. Most of the realm does not do this. And that is okay. All it does is make us stronger. It was wet. 30 plus hours of rain. Jesus, 30 plus hours of rain? Holy shit. Greetings, international chat humans. Greetings. Hi. Can I still do that? I remember learning how to do that when I was younger. Learning how to have the mind-body connection to separate your fingers in different ways and stuff. Like, do you guys remember doing it? You go up to people and be like, live long and prosper. And they'd be like, how do you do that? That happened to me when I was 10. I remember watching Star Trek with my dad. And then you'd see the Vulcans and they'd just be like, sir, live long and prosper. That's fucking hilarious. And there was I remember coming across people that couldn't do it. They were like, that's weird. How can you do that and all? My fingers won't go that way. Fucking as I've been doing the qigong, I've been doing it for fucking years now. And it really has like helped me get to a point where like if I'm feeling like really run down physically, I can just do my qigong for like 40 minutes and I feel pretty fucking good after it. Like I don't feel brand new or anything, like, but I feel far superior than to what I did before it. Um, and it's so important. It really is. Like it's so important to just fucking like force yourself, like use your God-given free will to force yourself into discomfort regularly. Do it. It's good for you. Dear Lord on high, what kind of advertisement is this? Jesus Christ! Right. Ladies and gentlemen, bears and bearettes, niggers and niggerettes, it is time for phase 2 of Paintingu, where I shout constantly over all these frivolous advertisements attempting to mar and tarnish the irreputable Paintingu. You swine! 2 ads! 2 fucking ads! In a row! How fucking dare you? I'm gonna need to get like an ASMR quality mic or some shit because like I peak on the mic on this like all the time and like it like cuts off. Or maybe I'll fuck with the settings or some shit like. But I cannot roar! It cuts out lots of times, like at least on my end anyway. Raving Goo has commenced. Favorite line from Aliens. Marine Sergeant says, "Look into my eye." Oh shit. I'm getting many art ads on IG too. Saw a neat product I was thinking of buying. Have you seen those mirror type of box things that let you basically trace something without tracing paper? Yeah, they're the master oil painters tool from like the Renaissance period, where they just basically have a mirror that like reflects onto a canvas any image. But like I think like at least the old ones anyway, what they used to do is they would reflect an image, like a holographic image, just using sunlight, and it would do it upside down, and then you would have to like orientate it the right way up and shit. But basically, what it does is it just gives you the ability to, as long as you just, it's kind of like what's it called? Painting with numbers. It shows you where everything is and what color it is and what shade it is and like where you need to blend and so on and so forth, because you're able to paint and still see the image, being cast as well, even onto your hand. It's like a projector, like, so like it's basically cheating, in a lot of ways. Like, when I discovered that, I was like, no fucking way, that's how they did it. Because like when you look at some of those oil paintings from hundreds of years ago, you're like, how the fuck did they get that good at like proportion and like, the angle of light and like and all that stuff? What they did was they used stuff like that to just be able to like cast a scene or an image onto a canvas. And then all it is really is just color matching after that. All you have to do is put the right color in the right place, in the right shape, and do that over and over and over again. And it's like building pixels on a computer screen. All the stuff just like builds, and then you get a full image. And it's actually one of the craziest things I've seen like in recent history, where I was just like, are you fucking serious? It's not like they were just like so well practiced at anatomy and like, light and all this stuff. Like they literally just copied nature using technology, which is still impressive and also makes way more sense. Never work harder, work smarter. I'm describing it poorly, but it looked neat. Yeah, they're cool as fuck. I wonder how expensive they are. It's like two brothers have like essentially like modernized the not the engineering behind it, but they've modernized the like construction, the general construction of the tool in such a way that you just buy it off them and set it up, and it will like holographically project any fucking anything, a scene, a person in a scene, like, you know, it's basically like having an eye just project something, you know. It's weird, it's mad. Like, I'm describing it poorly, to be quite honest, because like based on what I just said, one could easily just be like, why wouldn't you just use a projector? It's not the same thing. You know, it just isn't. Like, it's weird. Like, that's why I've always been fascinated with light and mirrors and stuff ever since I seen so I suppose technically not always, but ever since I seen the first the Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser and all them, when I seen them line up the mirrors to catch the light and bounce the light off all the mirrors and it lit up the room and all, like, I was just like, holy fuck, that's cool. You know, and it makes sense because the stuff you learn in school and all about light going through a prism and refraction and all these things, and it's all like I've often thought the way, you know, obviously they have solar panels and stuff like that, like, but surely there's a way to just have some sort of like diamond shaped lattice of like mirrors, you know, that would catch light and bounce the light repeatedly off of tiny, like, you know, little panels inside like a kind of hexagonal, you know, hive, like kind of a beehive shaped thing where light goes in and is just fed through all of these mirrors. And as far as I know, I don't know if light loses intensity when it's like, you know, redirected. And then you can talk magnification. So if you manage to get the light to come in, bounce off multiple mirrors that then reconvene in at one singular point, from what I've seen, that can generate incredible amounts of energy, you know? So like, why don't we just have some kind of like crystal thing on our fucking houses that like heats the whole fucking house and lights the house up and shit, like, you know? You just have like mirrors and shit all over the house, like that. It would make sense to live in domes with that kind of technology where the light comes in the top and just like emanates through a fucking like crystal in the ceiling in a 360-degree fashion, you know? Like, it's just, when you look into oil and like, you know, the petrodollar and all that shit, and like, and you look at that scene, and then like that guy that came up with the car that runs on water and shit, and they just like assassinated his ass. Like, it makes sense to me that like the realm runs the way it runs, you know? Does it suck? Yes, in a lot of ways. But in a lot of other ways it doesn't. But the ways in which it doesn't suck are not immediately apparent. But the ways in which it does suck are blatantly apparent all the time. All you have to do is look outside to be reminded of just how fucked up things have gotten. I feel like I'm shouting over the music again. Yeah, centuries-old tech, and it's being remade now, like, and sold on Instagram. It's hilarious. I found that TikTok's actually great for like random like engineering videos and stuff like that. Like, I saw this fascinating thing where a guy built various stages, like in Lego. He built it out of Lego, right? And he built the various stages of a grandfather clock, like one that runs entirely just on like weight and like just fundamental engineering of like you have like cogs of different sizes and diameters with different amounts of teeth on them that like create resistance to certain things, and you just have a weight on a string, and like you can like increase or decrease the weight or increase or decrease the amount of segments in the cog structure to like alternate the how long it takes the weight to drop, and that will give you like a specific timing and shit like that. Like fucking fascinating shit. Like this is how you make a grandfather clock, and just like all the stuff moving in sequence, and just like imagine sitting down and figuring that out. Like you just start with the basics where you just have a weight and then a counterweight, and then the ability to like interrupt the natural physical difference in weight. Like there's really, really, really easy, simple, fundamental ways to generate energy, in various forms, whether it be heat, sound, light, force, from weight or speed or any of these things. Like, and then there's various ways to harness that energy and put it into something else. Like look at fucking dams and stuff, like hydroelectric dams. It's just moving water, and they like power whole fucking towns, But like everyone's freaking out over petrol and shit. Like it's just electric cars. You ever seen those fucking videos where it's like somebody's driving down the road and it's just like 3 Teslas that have like shut down, and it's like people just like on the phone on the side of the road beside their brand new Tesla, just like what a bunch of fucking losers. The Spock separated thing. When I was in Jewish cemeteries in Europe, especially Germany, there were some tombstones with the hand sign on it. Leonard Nimoy was drawing from J stuff. Are you serious? There's fucking Jewish. That's a Hebrew thing? Is that because demons only have 3 fingers? 3, 6, and 9? Because like anytime you see demons portrayed in like movies and stuff, they have not anytime, but quite often they have hands like that. Like your 2 fingers here become a single digit, your 2 fingers here become a single digit, and then you still have your opposable thumb. But it's more like claws. Like similar to like a chameleon or something, or like reptiles. Like there's reptiles that have kind of. That's fascinating. And I'm not saying Jewish people are demonic, I'm just like, there are certain. I don't want to say sects, because I don't like that word. It sounds like you're saying sex. Like, there are certain compartmentalized sections of occult religious groups and stuff like this, spiritual groups. Like, look at Christianity. There's like all the different fucking denominations of Christian. Then you have Jewish beliefs. You have the Torah and the Talmud, and we've all heard about that shit. And then you have the Hindu beliefs, and they have like fucking loads of stuff going on, and all this fucking lore that's like goes back like 100,000 years, and like people shooting laser beams and firing an arrow that has enough power to like fucking basically cause a nuclear level explosion. Then you have the Viking gods. Then you have the Greek gods, and it's like, I don't mean to be a dick, but to me it's obvious that it's all just artistic, allegorical, and metaphorical representation of reality. And that's not to say that some of those historical figures weren't actually like real people. Like I've said before on the stream, that I think it's possible that this whole realm was created alchemically by a man and not a god. That's some fucking gravy that I'd love to fucking talk to people about, where it's like, like if terraforming is a thing, even if you're talking about the science, they use machines to like bring an atmosphere to a place with no atmosphere, whatever about that. Like, I think you could alchemically create a realm. I think there is a way to manipulate the matter within this realm to spawn another realm in another place. Probably just in open water. Obviously, volcanoes create land, and then, like, if they do it enough times over, like, and that may not be even fucking how it works. That's what I learned at school. Volcano goes squirt, squirt. Fucking magma meets water. There's a cooling period. Now you have hard rock. Then fucking happens again. Layer upon layer upon layer. Now you have a new fucking island or continent or whatever that breaches the sea level. Over time, it grows things like algae and moss. Over more time, it like blah, 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 blah. I get that. But just like there's more than one way to skin a cat, And I think the, like, real alchemical masters, whatever about potions and herbalism and, like, things like engineering and like the chemistry. I think when you mix all of it together, because in my opinion that is what alchemy is. It's just like manipulating matter in your environment is alchemy. I think you could totally do it. I think you could totally seed a realm, just like in Minecraft. What got me on that rant? Oh, the J Spock thing. Who's winning, the rabbit or the flower? You decide! Over the next couple of episodes of PEINTEINGU, we will have a poll. Who's winning the knife fight, the rabbit or the sunflower? I should actually do that, that'd be funny as fuck. I like when an ad pops up on BB and he instantly screams, "Shut your whore mouth, make me laugh," who he does. I know, like, it's one of the best bits ever. It's just fucking like an ad comes up and you're like, "How fucking dare you! You come into my fucking space and you peddle your film." Like, I'm way more like I'm way more theatrical about it, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm way more thespian about it. Owen's just like, "Shut your whore mouth." Like, shut your fucking Babylonian whore mouth. Like, to this day, one of my favourite bits of his is the fucking one that, like, way back in the day when Mountain Bear animated the clip of South Park on the bus. And he's like, "Shut your mouth, sodomite! She's naming them! Shut up, sodomite! She's fucking crushing!" That brought me to tears, that did. Like, it was so fucking funny. Oh, God. The battle is a toss-up at present. It really is. Nobody's like, well, so far nobody has managed to land or to create a wound of any sort. Like, I mean, by the end of this, I mean, the two of them are probably going to be covered in cuts and gashes and fucking stab wounds, puncture marks. There's probably going to be a bit of the rabbit's ear missing or some shit. Who knows? PEINTEINGU. Ian Ganinu, welcome to PEINTEINGU. Did he just say cocks of different shapes and sizes? Or I miss it. Cogs. 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 Different cogs. You want to know how to make a grandfather clock? You pull a David You chop off a lot of dudes' cocks of various lengths, girths, and sizes and shit, and you line them up on in a row. Oh, fuck. Aging, figuring it's out of sync by fractions of a second. What, the stream? How can you tell? If I find pics, I'll DM you on IG. Please do. I want to see that shit. That's fucking hilarious. Like, instead of live long and prosper, it's like, fuck the goyim. Like... Oh, that's interesting, Defender, but I think you're right. Demons, many times, only have 3 fingers. Very interesting. Yeah, like, I think there's something to that. Like, the second you mention that, you're like, oh, it's Jewish. Like, I've seen it in Jewish cemeteries and shit. Like, that, like, if that's a Jewish thing, I really want to know where that came from. Like, cause like if like Moloch and all of these fucking like Beelzebub and all these demons and whatever, like, I don't know if Beelzebub's a demon, I just know it's in the Bible. I don't know, like, fuck it, what if, like, a lot of the time, I think my symmetricals are actually my subconscious, like, showing me what, like, demonic, like, what the demons in my head look like sometimes. It's probably not that, but, like, it's fun to think about sometimes. Because, like, this one's it's kind of, you could argue this is demonic looking, you know? And you could put it either way, like. Either way, it kind of looks a bit demonic. It's cool as fuck, you know? But it's a bit demonic. It's, like, I'll admit, it's a bit demonic looking, like, you know? And the one I'm working on at the moment has similar properties. Where is it? It's kind of demonic looking. Or alien. I can imagine a lot of people be like, it looks like an alien. I think it looks like a demon. I think demons and angels and gods are quite possibly like all their own form and like tier of entity. Just like you have insects, small mammals, fish, crustaceans, spiders, you know, large mammals, birds. Like, there's all the different, various forms of life within the realm. So, what can you, like, if you have any imagination at all, or if you follow logic, one could easily argue that the possibility of all this stuff that we can't see, hear, or touch, or smell, or taste with our basic senses, you know, what if we begin to, like, all those people who trip out on acid and shit, like, you know, I've never hallucinated before on, like, narcotics in that sense. And partly because, like, I've had the opportunity to before. People have offered me stuff like that, like, you know, I'm on a night out or I'm at a gaff party or something. And I was always, like, cautious, and I always avoided it because I was like, I have a very vivid imagination. I was always like I was scared. I was afraid of what I would see. I was afraid of what I would witness if, like, my imagination, like, if my subconscious mind, the stuff that I can see in my mind's eye on any given day, you know, if that stuff became so vivid and, like, real that I at least thought, or if I was, because I don't know how it works. Do you just think that these things are happening and these things are real? Like, are they actually just hallucinations? Are they illusions, you know? Or when you are vibrating on that level, are you actually interacting with another level of existence, you know? Like another slice of the cake that is existence itself. And I would put good money on, when you enter those realms mentally and spiritually, you get exposed to the stuff that's there. And I think it looks like that. I think they look crazy. But some of them look crazy cool, you know? And that makes sense. Because, you know, the Bible and Christians and, like, you know, not just Christians, like other religious... excuse me. Other religious factions warn you of those entities, you know? It's not like these people are going around and like, oh yeah, have a chat with your demons, fucking get cozy with them, like, you know, they won't harm you at all. No, they're all actively being like, beware! Beware the demons! They will enter your mind and your soul and they will tempt you. They will tempt you, they will lie to you, and they will fuck you up. It's like, that makes sense. I mean, we do that here. The same way we would trap a wild pig, they trap us. They may not feed off our flesh, but they feed off something. Yeah, just like when I would spend time in India and elsewhere, there are swastikas all over and amazing buildings, obviously not made by brown Dravidians. A lot of mixing in the realm, a lot of glimpses of clues. Yeah, that's it. That's a good way to describe it, is all over the realm. There are just simply breadcrumbs that tell you that there is one singular truth that everybody is looking for, arguing over, and lying about all the time. There are people who know, who have been there, who have experienced these things, and most of them either keep their mouth shut or they lie about it. Then you have the ones who try and tell other people. Most of them aren't believed. The way it ends up working, because the way people act en masse, because like a person is not the same. A person does not behave in the same way as a group does. It's fascinating. You know what I mean? Like an individual is literally a different entity from a group of individuals. You know? Even if those, like, you take the bear community. The bear community is a good group. It is productive, creative, morally, has a high moral standard, an honor system, an understanding and appreciation for honorable behavior, you know, and because it's created by a comedian, is naturally seeks out truth. You have other communities that are like literally dedicated to figuring out the truth and then hiding it from everyone else so that they maintain power. And like, it's obvious that that's been going on since time immemorial, you know? I don't like to get wrapped up in rabbit holes of gravy. I absorb gravy, I move on. I absorb more gravy, I move on. Gravy comes to me, gravy flows through me, and I move on. And I use what I learn as I move. I think this is how you should behave. I don't think you should like get locked in to something for an extended period of time. In most cases. There are some cases where hyper-analyzing something can produce a lot of good and a lot of important information. But I think getting down in the weeds, because there is so much information, because there is such a vast amount of knowledge out there, one is better just following your path, like that you resonate with internally, whatever you call God, whatever you believe in, like, do you know what I mean? Just if you have faith in yourself and other people and something higher than yourself, I think you naturally, like, it's like an algorithm online, like, do you know what I mean? Like, the comparison between the digital world, whether it be video games, entertainment, streams, podcasts, whatever, and the real world is so interesting. Because I'm starting to see the obvious comparison between algorithms that people program into the internet, which drastically affects the behavior and like how it works and all. Like, there's a great similarity between that and real life in the sense that there are like natural algorithms, God constructed algorithms that exist in every aspect of reality, and they're just running in the background all the time. It's what makes the bee get the honey. It's what makes the fly eat the shit. It's what makes the elephant, capable of interaction with human beings, but the cockroach incapable. They're all running on a innate programming, but they're not mechanical. You could describe them and us as being biomechanical, but I think that's like an oxymoron. You can't be biomechanical. You're either bio or you're mechanical. And that's why these fucking nutcases are always trying to slam the two together. Oh, yeah, cyborgs would be fucking awesome. Yeah, Mag has a lot of takes on this part of the realm being basically a petri dish of... is that Mag Bitter Truth? The fucking... the Rasta fella? He's hilarious. I haven't watched him in a while, actually. Dumb shit for the masses. Chap's hilarious. Being basically a petri dish of diff food and plants and beings, humans, populated by those from other terra, etc. For all we know, the realm we exist in, this place that we know of, and its supposed alleged limits. For all we know, we could be a zoo. We could just be a giant zoo, and we're just being watched. And every time a UFO gets seen, that's just somebody on a safari, some extraterrestrial being is on a safari on Earth, going through Earth, just being like, this is very nice. Just, oh Jesus, look at that, it's terrific. The same way we would go on a safari and be like, oh my God, look at the lions, they're so beautiful, I can imagine there's other creatures or entities that just observe our being, our existence, and find it entertaining or horrifying. I mean, I find it entertaining and horrifying. The bus clip is legendary. That was so funny. Shut your mouth. She's naming them. Shut your mouth, sodomite. She's naming them. Keep going. You're fucking crashing. So funny. Oh, Kagu. Bad hero I have. I found pics. Yeah, definitely send them to me on Instagram. If demons exclusively have 3 fingers, then Yoda is definitely a demon. Makes sense. Well, he does look like a little demon, doesn't he? Yoda had 3 fingers. I can't remember now if it was 3 or 4. What tribe of people wrote Star Wars? I think you know who. How dare you? That's so offensive. What? He's from Portugal. I think you know who. I think you know. You know? I love wordplay. It's the best. It really is. The shadow people are drawn to those who can see them. Yeah, because I think that would make sense, because then they feed on attention, Oh, God. I'm so glad that I don't, hear voices and, see things. I dream. I do see things. But I don't see something, as if it is real. To the point where it, terrifies me or gives me a fucking heart attack or, I fucking... I piss myself or some shit. Be real. Do you know what I mean? If you genuinely thought that some sort of demon was in front of you, speaking to you. Like, depending on what it looked, sounded, and, like, felt like in its presence, you'd probably, like, I've had thoughts where I see something and I laugh because I'm like, that's mad looking, you know? Then I've had thoughts where I see something and it, like, terrifies me to my core, you know? Like, just being out in the wilderness and just, like, a tiger just, like, appearing in front of you. You know, you'd shit yourself. You'd just be like, oh, but every ounce of your willpower would be put towards remaining calm. You know? Like, that's what I do anyway. In any stressful situation, all of my energy goes towards, like, just stay cool. I'm cool. I'm fine. Like, this is okay. Yeah, like, no matter how turbulent a situation gets, all of my energy goes towards, like, maintaining my composure, like, you know? And it's hard. Imagine how hard it would be to maintain your composure if you're just, like, on your own, confronted with an 850-pound predatory feline that's, like, ready to rip you apart, like, you know? The thought of a slow, terrifying, gruesome, violent death, you know, like, hearing parts of you snap and being pulled apart and, like, feeling things' teeth penetrate your flesh. Like I said, I have a very vivid imagination, like, do you know what I mean? I'm one of those where, like, if I think of something, I can taste it. You know, like I have that, like, if I think of something, I can feel it. If I think of something, I can hear it. If I think of something, I can taste it. So imagine what it feels and, like, sound, like, imagine what it's like for me. Because, like, I could, like, you probably can. Many of you are probably the same. When you, like, think of something, when you focus on it, it can, like, fuck you up, like. Get off my stream, you fuck. I'm glad I can't see them. I think they would freak me out. Yeah, totally. Totally same vibe. Totally the same vibe. I found those pics I took and DM'd you on IG, as well as some info on the hand sign history and J context. Nice! Much appreciated. I'll check that out after the stream. Drugs and sin make us more susceptible to their influence. Do you think... I completely agree with that. But do you think there is an argument for... Just like you would train your body in martial arts, right? It's painful. And from the outside looking in, one could easily argue that many martial arts practices are a form of abuse, self-abuse, self-torture, self-harm, right? However, the justification is the result of that self-abuse. You are training yourself to be stronger, you know, more resilient, and, like, more in tune with your nervous system. You have more control over your body. Your mind and your body are one, you know? Do you think in the same aspect there could be an argument for regularly interacting with demons to train yourself to be able to be more resistant to demonic temptation? I think there's an argument for that. I think there's probably many, like, ideologies or belief systems that would adhere to that behavior, where, like, where you go into hell and you face them and you learn from your experience. But it's getting back from that, you know? It's not something that you should do ignorantly, you know? If you have any sense at all, like, do you know what I mean? Because, like, as fascinating as it is, the idea of it is, like, you know, you could interact with the wrong demon in the wrong time and not know what you're doing, and, like, you could really fuck yourself up, like, you know? I mean, whatever about slipping a disc in your back and like having back issues for years? What if you interact with a demon for like what feels like weeks or months or years, and it was just minutes or seconds, and like you come back like traumatized? The character's signature gesture, as most people with moderate pop culture knowledge know, was his split-fingered Vulcan salute greeting. Yeah, like, everybody knows that. Like, most people will be like, live long and prosper, and they'll be like, oh, that thing from Star Trek? Like, even if they hate Star Trek, they'll be like, oh yeah, the dude with the pointy ears and the fucking, You think they know not to appear to some who have more light in their souls. They look for those that have darkness. Yeah, it makes sense to me that they would want to. They feed on your light till it's gone. That's what I think they do. They feed on your light till it's gone. Or they fluff you up and they like fuel your fire even more so that you burn out really hot and quickly. Like that, like the whole celebrity thing, like, like, look at me, I am like, millions of people worship me, I have millions of dollars, I have all these things, I'm a god, and then dead, or like financial ruin, or or whatever, like, or like divorce, and then financial ruin, and then like drugs and alcohol. Like, it's always the same thing. Like, I think they either lift you up to bring you down, to like really harness a lot of energy out of you, or they find you and you're like really good and pure, and they're like, oh, if I can get this one to turn, that's a lot, That's why you have people that it's like, why do bad things happen to good people? It's a test. How good are you? Now you got the gravy. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of fucking Jews or whatever, like, if you know, you know. Like, I'm so glad I quit drinking years ago. Who knows where I would be if I didn't. I think the longer you go without those substances, the more enlightened you become. Yeah, I think so too. I've gone periods where like I haven't drank at all, but I haven't stopped smoking in like over a decade. And like the nicotine addiction, I think is like a really bad one for me, because like I get very angsty because I'm very physical, So like the one time I did like try and stop smoking, I was eating so much. I know for a fact that like if I stopped smoking, I look like Stuntman Bear in a fucking 6 months less. I'd blow out like, and part of me wants to gain a load of weight because I've been underweight for a long time. So part of me wants to stop smoking, gain a load of weight, and then like burn it all off again, like, I feel like I'm like that. I'm at a point in my life, physically, where if I don't do something fairly drastic now, I'm going to retain some of these like niggling posture, what would be the term? Posture anomalies and irregularities. I want to be like 90 years of age and still be able to like fucking kick and stuff, like, And like once I stretch and as long as I regularly work out, I feel fine, But I don't want to feel fine. I want to feel supreme. And it's difficult. It is difficult to find the motivation sometimes to like put the effort extra. You only have so much energy. You only have so much like mental energy. You only have so much willpower before you, like, whatever about succumbing to the temptation of demons. Like, you could easily make the same argument for like sleep or hunger. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm starving, I need to eat. Oh, I'm tired, I need to sleep. And it's like, no, work harder. Sleep is a demon. Hunger is a demon. Do not listen to these things. Like, it's like, no, you need to eat. You need to sleep. You know. So I think there are probably some demons, kind of like Owen argues that like you get the Jews you deserve. The Jew, like whatever, like if you don't want to call it the Jews, you call it the hidden hand, the death cult, you know, the cabal, whatever you want to fucking call them. They're necessary. They are a necessary evil. I believe in necessary evils. You know, I totally jive with that whole thing of like it's there as a tool for you to learn and grow. Whether you choose to learn and grow is up to you. You have free will, you know. Demon in front of you, you would definitely need some defense. Just keep breathing and remember who you are. Yeah, man, your breath is so important. Control, like being aware of your breath, being in control of your breath, very important. Now I understand why you bailed on Hanging with Bears the other night for the BS Artitos stream. You would love to hear more of your experience. The nicotine addiction is the one I can't break either, Defender. That demon has a very strong grip on me. Yeah, like, I'm struggling with that too. Because it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't cause me enough harm for me to justify stopping. Whereas like alcohol, usually if you're just drinking all the time, it fucks you up. But if you're smoking all the time, it might not fuck you up for like decades. It may never fuck you up. Like, that's what happened with my teeth. Like I used to drink cans of Monster and eat bags of jellies and like stuffed candy and Skittles in the bucket load every day, all the time. I lost like 4 or 5 teeth, right? I had to get them pulled. They were rotten, all this. I wasn't taking care of myself at all, and I was just eating sugar and junk all the time. And the thing that made me change my behavior was the pain. Pain is the best motivator, you know? It really is. Like you'll do something to stop the pain. You will eventually, no matter how tough you think you are, you know. Pain will eventually make you change your ways. I think like there's probably like 1 in every million or 10 million people, and they'd probably almost all be men. There'd probably be some women who can just put up with genuine agony for years like it's nothing. There's probably a few of them out there, you know. Nicotine is a tough one. I've been free 19 years. Yeah, 19 years free. That's a nice badge. Nearly 2 decades. Enjoy your present body and testosterone levels and not needing sleep and always feeling great. Things start to change around 40. Man, I turned 32 recently and my knees sound like fucking bubble wrap when I'm going up the stairs. Evil is a reality in this world. The next one has none. I don't believe that at all. I believe the next world has even more of it. I think this place is a training ground for your soul. That's what I believe. I believe this place is a training ground for your soul, for your consciousness. And I think what's next is probably simultaneously fantastic and beautiful and like more amazing than you've ever thought possible, and absolutely terrifying and horrifying and like mind-boggling, just like fuck you up like. And if you scroll up, I pasted the info on that hand sign. If I scroll up, posted the info on the hand sign. Oh. So the salute, this gesture, was taken from a Jewish prayer. The split finger gesture represents the Hebrew letter Shin. Interesting. That is very interesting. They're big into their fucking symbolism and fucking letters and all that shit, aren't they? And their numbers. Wait till you hit 50, or in Joe's case, 300. There are many ways to overcome nicotine and not gain much weight. Yeah, but I kind of want to gain the weight. I kind of want to be a fat fuck for a while. I've never been a fat fuck. So many guys where I live are on testosterone and the rest of it. Very tempting, but remaining a natural soy boy for now. I'll never do that shit. It's almost a point of pride for me to just be like 100% natural as much as possible anyway. The yin-yang will be split. That's sad, Ginger Niggeroo. You think it's sad that I believe that evil still exists in the afterlife? I don't think so. I think if the afterlife is just good, I think that sounds really boring. I don't want to spend eternity just being like chill, you know? I get bored of that real quick. Like, probably feel nice for a month, you know? Like, you'd want to fight something, you know? I'd want to fight something now and again, in any sense, mentally, physically, spiritually. I definitely think this place is a training ground for things that like are so beyond our comprehension right now, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if Griff, I wouldn't be surprised if when you die, you find yourself picking up a sword and shield and having to actually fight the demons. You know? That's where I kind of see this going. Is like, you think this is bad? Well, you spend fucking 1,000 years slaying demons. You don't want to be a Rogan. Well, the only one that looks similar to a Rogan here is you, brother. That bald head of yours is going to get you in a lot of trouble. Right, I'm 20 minutes over. And I need to fucking eat. I'm hungry. So, this has been PEINTEINGU. I have been Defenderu. And you have been a bunch of filthy mortaloo. If you wish to support PEINTEINGU, link in description. If you wish to buy any of my various merchandise, whether it be a hoodie with a duck on it or a mug with a knight on it, check out the other link in my description and buy some of my merchandise. Until tomorrow, same time, same place, same high-octane painting energy. You've never watched paint dry like this before. 3 p.m. Tomorrow. Be here. Because I will be. Until then, be good, be true, and be beautiful. I bid you farewell, and God bless. Domo arigato for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow. Farewell.